Welcome back to the channel. Today's project started with just one board, and I wanted to see what I could make in a single day with it. The board measured 8 inches wide, 8 feet long, and 1 inch thick, and the wood itself is pretty unique, spalted sycamore. The first thing I did was figure out how big I wanted the clock to be. I decided on 21 inches. To get there, I cut 3 sections at 22 inches long. Next, I ripped those boards down so I could flatten them on my joiner. My joiner only handles 6-inch wide boards, so this step made things a lot easier. I then ran them back through the table saw to get a straight edge on both sides. Once the faces were flat, I ran everything through the planer to clean them up and really bring out the beauty of that spalted sycamore. After that, it was time for a glue up. After the glue dried, I made a simple router circle jig using a scrap 1x4. I measured it out and used a router to slowly cut the circle, taking multiple shallow passes until the clock shape was complete. I sanded it down using 120 and then finished at 220 grit sandpaper. Next, I needed to find the center of the clock. I started by drawing a straight line across the circle. Then I used a framing square to create 2 sides of a square. From there, I connected the opposite corners. Where those lines cross is the center point. I used this jig setup with washers to make sure the numbers were going to be the equal distance from the edge of the clock all the way around. A full circle is 360 degrees, and with 12 numbers on a clock, that means each number needs to be 30 degrees apart. So I marked out every 30-degree point around the clock with my speed square. I placed the numbers where they belonged, traced them, and removed them again so I could sand off the pencil lines while still keeping my placement marks. If anyone has a better way to mark the number locations, let me know down in the comments. Next, I spray painted the numbers black and attached them using Titebond 3 wood glue. I pressed them into place and let everything dry. Once the numbers were set, I drilled a hole through the center for the clock shaft. Then on the back side, I traced the clock mechanism box and used my router to recess it into the wood. I finished it up by cleaning the corners with a chisel to get a nice, snug fit. I sealed it up with a polyurethane coating. I put 2 coats on it. Installing the clock mechanism and the hands were pretty straightforward. And just like that, one board turned into a finished clock. Let me know what you think of the project in the comments below. Not bad for something you can make in a day with a single board.